I've been running a small farm on my land for years. Nothing fancy, just rows of corn, beans, and tomatoes. Enough to feed my family, sell a little at the farmer's market, and enjoy the satisfaction of living off the land. But apparently, my hard work and honest lifestyle offended the delicate sensibilities of the local HOA. See, the board members think anything outside their manicured lawns and white picket fences is an eyesore. And my crops? According to them, they didn't fit their community standards. Never mind the fact that my property isn't even under their authority. I bought it before their subdivision was built. But that didn't stop them from trying to force me out. One morning, I walked outside to check the irrigation system only to find a massive fence had been built around my crops. I'm not talking a little barrier. I mean a full chain-link monstrosity with locks on every corner. My entire field was fenced off like a zoo exhibit, and I had no access. Standing nearby with her smug grin was none other than HOA Karen, clipboard in hand. "Your farm is officially condemned by the HOA," she announced. "We voted. This land is now protected open space." I laughed in her face. "Protected? You just stole my crops." "Well," she sneered, "maybe this will teach you to follow the rules." The thing is, I've dealt with HOA games before, but this time they made a mistake, a big one. I did some digging, and turns out the HOA didn't actually own the land they fenced. They had built their precious fence on property that was privately listed for sale. And the kicker? That property was the only access point to the gate that locked up my farm. So I did the most logical thing I could. I bought it. Cash. When the paperwork went through, I strolled up to the gate with the shiny new key in hand. Karen and a couple of board members were standing there, probably waiting to gloat about my ruined farm. Instead, they got to watch as I unlocked the padlock, swung the gate wide open, and walked straight through to my crops. Karen's jaw practically hit the dirt. You can't do that. The HOA owns this land," she stammered. I smiled, pulled the deed out of my pocket, and waved it in front of her face. "Not anymore. I do. And see this key? Only one that exists. Guess who has it?" Her face turned redder than a ripe tomato. The board started arguing, threatening lawsuits, saying they'd vote to reverse the purchase. But the law doesn't bend for HOA fantasy. I legally owned the property, the gate, and the only access to the fence they built. To make things even sweeter, I posted a massive "No Trespassing" sign on the gate, with the deed number attached. That meant anyone from the HOA who tried to step foot on the property could be arrested for trespassing. And just to rub salt in the wound, I charged the HOA access fees every time their landscapers needed to get to their storm drains, which just so happened to run under my newly acquired property. Let's just say, they weren't happy paying me rent to cross land they thought was theirs. In the end, Karen had to resign after homeowners realized her little stunt cost them thousands in extra HOA fees. My crops grew untouched, my farm thrived, and every time I turned the key in that gate, I couldn't help but smile. The HOA tried to fence me out. Instead, I locked them out for good.